Hello, beautiful people. It is I, Vemilo Evergreen here. Now, my pronouns are he, him, but if you got something juicy to tell me or you root me on, girl is an exception. And welcome back to another episode of Tea with V. Let's get to it.
I buy you English breakfast, sugar and cream right on the side. You know I'm really worth it. Tuning in your favorite show of mine, and all that really matters. You haven't let us skate for a little while, so come on in with me. So why don't you tune in and see what's on with Tea with V? You can all just join with me and watch some Tea with V. I know you'll have a blast and learn something real fast. So why don't you tune in and see what's on with Tea with V? All the latest hot chart topics, Tea with V, and the TikTok tea responses, Tea with V. Don't forget the quote of the week, yeah, Tea with V. I'm happy that you're watching me on Tea with V.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm so excited to be back in the green chair. Had to take a few months off, Rest is important. Can we agree? Rest is so important. And I don't know what it is, but people my age, if you're in your mid or late 20s and you are thugging through life right now and you're just working like nobody's business, you're going to suffer from burnout. And that's all I'm going to say because, Vemizer magazine interview coming soon, but I had to step down for a moment and really just check in on my mental health, really rest, sit down somewhere because I was going and going and going. So I'm back, I'm better, and just really prioritizing things that, spark joy in my life. And just leading with that. But without further ado, you know what time it is and I know what time it is. It is time for some hot chai topics. All right, so let's get to it. Get your tea ready, get everything, sit down, and get yourself comfortable because we got a show for you today. All right, so to start off with some hot chai topics, we have to lean into Queen Bee. Yes, the queen of it all, Miss Beyonce. She is now releasing a country album, and it will be the second act of the Renaissance trilogy, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Fans were speculating that it was going to be a country album, and we are correct. It is going to be a country album. The album title that she finally revealed is called Cowboy Carter. Now, I don't mind it because, there's always history behind any project that she does. She's a student first before I believe she's any entertainer. Like, she really likes to get into the nitty-gritty of really having exact intention of what it is that you want to put out. Well, what is she wants to put out, and she's putting out a country album. I'm very excited. I grew up on country music, country folk, rock in a way, but I'm excited. I haven't heard Texas Hold'em or 16 Carriages only because I really am the type of person who really enjoys albums and bodies of work. So for me, what I'm doing, I'm just going to wait, until it all comes out so I can enjoy it in one solid sitting. So I don't have to skip through, the songs I already listened to because it becomes a shorter experience. I like to have a full situation moment, and I'm really dramatic about it. Okay. I like to have the blindfold on. I like to turn my phone off. I like to have I really, 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 if I love your work and all of that, I'm really sitting, no distractions, and really absorbing the whole material. So the album comes out March 29th. Very, very excited. And I can't wait to hear it and see the visuals. Hopefully we'll get the visuals after that. But my I don't know. My guess is that we're going to have one more album. Well, we're going to definitely have one more album. And then after the third act, we're gonna have a full body visual film, maybe, who knows. But are you excited for this country album as much as I am? Let me know in the comments below. Put a B emoji if you are excited about that. Now, speaking of other new albums, can we talk about Ariana Grande's album? Oh my goodness, Eternal Sunshine. Now, I actually love this record. Now, some fans of hers and, you know, some critics say that it's not her best work, but it's in the top 3. I personally think it's one of her best works. I also would put it in the top 3. I love the album Positions. I love Eternal Sunshine. And I guess I would love... I guess I love Dangerous Woman. Dangerous Woman is a good record, but Eternal Sunshine, yo, let me know what favorite song that you love. My favorite song, hands down, that after I, you know, finished the whole body, that I went back to a second time and a third and a fourth and the fifth, I Don't Want to Break Up Again. Oh my goodness, that is my... I don't wanna bring up your honor. Oh, that is my song. That is my song. Of course, you know, The Boy Is Mine is also a good song as well. What else is a good one? I love quite a few of them. You know, the music video for oh my goodness, We Can't Be Friends. That song, it had to grow on me. But when I saw the visual, I'm like, okay, I get it, you know. But other than that, that really was not my favorite song at all. But yeah, I've been going back to that album lately, and I really do love it. But the I Don't Want to Break Up, that is my anthem right there. I love that album. But let me know again what your thoughts are in the comments. I love Ariana Grande. You know what? I think, you know, now more than ever, she's at a space where I feel more relatable to her than previous ones, because, you know, she admitted that she felt that she was, you know, hiding from her, you know, past projects. But I feel now more than ever, she's really personal and upfront, and, you know, we get to see her hopefully do more interviews. And yeah, I'm really loving this new era of hers, and I think that she's just more lighter, more a breath of fresh air. You know, she's 30 now and she's divorced, and like, you know, she's, you know, in a relationship with That's Here Nor Say, and I don't feel like discussing about that because, you know, everybody got their choice words about it. But congratulations, Ariana Grande, for, you know, releasing your project. I'm really proud and happy for you. I think, you know, you're a cousin in my head. You're an Italian cousin in my head. So I'm really happy for you. Now speaking of Italian women, we got to talk about Ms. Gaga over here. Now, as you and I both know, I'm a stan, salute, and subscribe. I am a little monster at heart, but I gotta give my girl a talking to. So the streets have been saying where Lady Gaga's choreographer, Richie Jackson, also known by Richie Squirrel, was allegedly sexually abused this up-and-coming artist, and Richie has been, you know, giving him been really much his support system. He's been paying rent, you know, giving him a stable house and, you know, giving him a stable living. And apparently this, you know, artist, who I'm blanking on his name, let me look him up right now. Zachzilla is the boy's name. Zachzilla, I guess, is an up-and-coming artist, and was, you know, being looked after by Richie Jackson, who allegedly, reports are saying allegedly that he was sexually abusing Zachzilla. And it's very sad. And, you know, as a sexual assault survivor, I can only imagine, you know, also having, you know, Miss Gaga, who also is a sexual assault survivor. I hope, Gaga, I'm talking to you right now because I love and respect you, but you better fire this man immediately. The spirit is telling me that for some reason why I hope that, you know, all these, you know, rumors and allegations are false. The streets are saying that they're not, but, you know, on account of protecting myself, allegedly, that I don't know why my spirit, but I feel as if though that Ricky, if he's a good manipulator, I wouldn't be surprised if Ricky would not throw some type of discrimination against Gaga, you know, towards Gaga, to be like, oh, well, if you're going to fire me, I'm going to say that you're racist and you don't pay your black art, you know, all these different things. I don't know why, but that's what the spirit is telling me. I'm not saying that is happening, but allegedly in my spiritual psyche, for some reason, I feel as if though that maybe Gaga is taking, if she is, she needs to fire him immediately, because if he's doing that, ain't no way. And you know what's also crazy enough is that, you know, all of Gaga's previous backup dancers that, you know, grew up with her in her career have all left, maybe except for one or two dancers that I know of. But all the rest of them have all left because they've been emotionally abused by Richie Jackson, and it's just unacceptable. So Gaga, I'm gonna need you to step up the way you stepped up for Dylan on that Instagram post. I'm gonna need you to keep that same energy and get rid of Richie Squirrel, because he no longer serves in the house of Gaga. That's not what you stand for. We all know that, and you know, we'll stand by you. But you know, if all of this is true, Gaga, I'm gonna need you to snip goodbye to homeboy Richie. As much as he made iconic choreography, again, it's unacceptable. And you would think that, I mean, I'm a pop star in, you know, in hiatus, in resting mode. But if I found through the grapevine, if my choreographer was doing some shit like that, goodbye, gone, get rid of. And especially if all of my dancers are all leaving, it kind of is like, okay, I see the smoke, but, you know, am I willing to, you know what I mean? So all in all, Gaga, I'm wishing you the best. And I hope you're taking this seriously, which I know you are, but, you know, on account of accountability, please do us all a favor. Fire this man and get rid of him out of the house, because it's not, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. All right, moving along in our next segment, which I love to call What You Watching. Now, I have been watching a few things here and there, you know, when I've been on my rest hiatus. You know, I've just been watching a lot of television and streaming and whatnot, which I usually don't really do. Let me know in the comments, are you the type of person who watches a lot of, you stream a lot of stuff? Let me know in the comments below. Give me a clap emoji if you watch a lot of streaming shows. I just started getting into them again because, you know, I'm on my YouTube game. I love to watch gameplay and so on and so forth. But recently I've been watching the show Bridgerton. My Aunt Crystal got me into it back in the day, and then I just fell out not watching it. And then, you know, when I had time to, you know, really rest, I was like, well, let me start watching it again. And child, I got sucked into that like nobody's business. Oh my goodness. I finished the half of season 1 because I started it and I was like halfway there. So I was like, all right, let me just, you know, finish it. And then I burned through season 2. Oh, my living legend. And then season 3 is coming out in May 3rd, I believe. But the prequel, the Queen Charlotte, oh my goodness, just thinking about it makes me teary-eyed. Oh, and then listen, I'm not gonna spoil it for the ending. Oh, just thinking about, yo. First of all, they did the damn thing with the Queen Charlotte. The casting was absolutely stunning. Y'all did the damn thing. The prince, the king, is my husband. Oh my goodness, he is fine as nobody's business. And the way that they filmed it, and you get the both perspective on the king and the queen, and oh my goodness. But all I'm gonna say is, and I don't want to get misty, but if it is what it is, it is what it is. I'm not gonna spoil anything. But all I'm gonna say is that last scene when they are underneath the bed, I boo-hoo cried. I cried so hard. That is love right there. And I'm just gonna say that, yo, that scene, that last scene when they are laying underneath the bed, boo-hoo cried. I had to take my eyes out of my sockets to let them. That was a good cry, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I've never had a good cry until I watched the end. Oh. And speaking of good crying, well, a bad cry. Another thing that I was watching on my resting was the Where's Wendy documentary. Oh my God, on Lifetime. Oh my goodness, it was like watching. It was like watching a family member really going through the ringer. If I'm being 1,000% honest. And let me tell you something. T with V would not be what it is without that woman. Point blank, period. And the fact that seeing someone that you idolize so much really is declining. Like, she is declining, and that's the matter of it is. I haven't watched part 2 because I got to sit with part 1 still, and then I'll have the balls enough to watch part 2. But yo, oh my goodness, to see the decline of this woman who really, really paved the way for people like me, for journalists, for talk show. Listen, I've always loved talk show, but the way that she's able to really deliver it and really make it personal and whatnot, I have a flower ring for a reason. That's how much of a Wendy stan I am. I don't do the show without my flower ring because you want to know why? It's good luck. And she had a flower ring that was good luck. So it's ultimately really sad to see someone that I love and care about really is on the decline. And I know, health she's not coming back to TV. I'm going to tell you that right now. As sad as it is, she needs to retire and just stay in her home. Maybe if she still wants to be on camera, maybe do like a cute YouTube series and whatnot. Maybe she can become a vlogger talking about fashion or whatnot. But as far as the big production and all of that, she is not coming back on TV. And I don't. And on the way that we saw her, I don't want her to. That's how much I love you. I love you that much to tell you she's not ready to. She's not coming back. She's not coming back unless there's some miracle, God willing. But as far as what I saw on the TVs, on the Lifetimes, she is not ready, and I don't want her to go back. No, I do not. And I haven't watched any other thing or digged into more tea about that because it is too hard for me to watch. Because it's honestly like watching a family member. But Wendy, I'm sending you so much light, love, and positivity. I hope you get well because from what I saw, it is very sad. Very, 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 very sad. And Wells Fargo, I understand why you haven't given her her coin. I understand. In the courts, I understand. From what we saw, I understand. But I'll keep I'll give a part 2 on when I watch part 2. My thoughts on that. But if you miss Wendy, give me a W emoji or put a W if you miss her because I miss her to death, and I'm gonna do my part in what I can to live vicariously through her, in my Tea Would Be talk show because ultimately it is really, really sad. But again, prayers and love to you, Wendy, because you were that girl and you still are that girl. All right, moving right along in our next segment of Show and Tell, I want to show and tell you some things that I bought. I know. I'm balling on a budget. I'm doing what I can. But the recent purchase that I'm obsessed with, that I'm actually a little scared to tell you about, but probably by the time I upload this, I'll probably have a few in my closet. So to make a long story short, I was doing a project with, Stephanie. Shout out to you, Stephanie. Love and appreciate you. Stephanie and we went to school together. And, sorry, I've just been very phlegmy lately. Listen, I don't know what it is. Let me know in the comments below. When you get older, do you start to just get all phlegmy and you just wake up with phlegm and you're all of that? Let me know in the comments below because listen, I'm going to be 27 and I don't know what it is, but I've been getting phlegmy lately. Maybe I need a air humidifier. I don't know, but let me know in the comments below. How do you handle the phlegm? I know I've been eating a lot of yogurt, so maybe that has something to do with that. Yogurt in the morning, yogurt and granola with a little bit of maple syrup. So good, so delicious. The plain yogurt. I don't like plain yogurt, but to compromise, I add the little bit of maple, give it a little flavor. But as far as show and tell goes, listen, so I was doing a project with Stephanie and she, we had a ticket and admission. She had to get her hair done and the hair done place was right next to a thrift shop. So I just went in there real quick. I was just like, let me just see what, what's been going on. And I found these jeans, which I loved so much. And they have a little bit of a rip in the back. And I was just like, no wonder why they're $8 because somebody busted their ass in them. Now, granted, if you're gonna go thrifting and you have a certain look that you have in mind, bring the shirt that you wanna style and the belt and so on and so forth. I'm serving, this moment right now, a little high-waisted tuckation and all of that. So, be smart next time if you wanna go thrifting. Bring your own, stuff and whatnot so you can, do it right. So, I tried on these jeans. They're from Pretty Little Things. And these are the mom jeans, and these are a size 0. Now, usually it depends on what the size I have, but since I'm a cinnamon stick, these are from Pretty Little Things, and I'm obsessed. So you know what? I ended up getting 3 pair. I ended up getting these ones right here. These are the acid wash. Very cute, very simple. They hug me quite nicely. everything. I love these jeans so much, and they're you know, very slim on the bottom. And I put you know, one of my combat boots or a slip on and whatnot, and I'm ready to go. I love, love, love these jeans. So if you're into, you know, the mom jean, Pretty Little Things, you did the damn thing with these jeans. Now, I'm not a fan of the ripation on the underneath the booty cheek. I know I'm the one to talk on the account of like me wearing lingerie out in the public and whatnot. But as far as the style and everything goes, I'm obsessed, and I am gonna buy more. Pretty Little Things, you have done your thing. So I'll leave the link down below so you can get a pair too. But I have the acid wash ones, and then I have regular ones that are just a light blue, and then I have the dark denim with the booty cheek cut. But I'm gonna get more. I'm probably get the gray pair and then a dark pair. So shout out to Pretty Little Things. This is my show and tell. I love it. I'm here for it, and I look forward to rocking this style more, because I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but the spirit is telling me, you know, have your little mom jean chic moment. So that's what I'm having. But let me know what your show and tell is. I'm dying to know in the comments below. All right, now to close out, and today we are going to close out with an Ask V. All right, so let's see what the Ask V is today. All right. So this Ask V is from Sarah, and she writes, "Hey V, hey, my name is Sarah. I'm 15 years old, and I struggle to make friends with people my age. Some of my peers only like to vape, party, pretty much do the young typical teenage thing that you would expect. However, I have noticed that whenever I'm around all the older people, I feel more connected, and I have a better conversation with them versus people my age. So my question is, should I try to engage with people my age, or should I just embrace who I am and try to enjoy conversation, or should I just embrace who I am and just enjoy conversation with people who are older? I'd say, you know, go with the people who are older. Now, you know, hopefully you're having, you know, nice conversation with, you know, like-minded older people, not older people taking advantage of you and, you know, manipulating the brain of yours. But I actually relate to this a lot in a certain ways. You know, I am, you know, was the type of person who was a very I was in my own world, in my own mind, fantasy. I was an artist, you know, so I would just go to my grandma's, live my life, you know, through my art and everything, and I really didn't have too many play dates. You know, I had a few sleepovers here and there, but I was always around older people, and, you know, I just kind of like developed the older people slang and whatnot within reason, you know, because being an adult is also very hard to enjoy your 15-year-old self. But if you have good conversation with the people who are older than you, and you're exchanging generations, you know, the same way that I do with my aunt, you know, with all the, you know, all my classics, I call them. I find nothing wrong with that. You know, if you're not able to connect with people your age, there's nothing wrong with you. And, you know, by all means, do you. You know, if you enjoy it and if it speaks to you and you have really meaningful conversation, then and it sounds like you're the type of person who loves, who you know, really is willing to take the advice from older people as well. So by all means, boo, talk to the old folks if you relate to that, you know, and don't feel peer pressured into doing things that you don't want to do, especially with the whole vaping thing, even though adults do it now. But yeah, don't be afraid to continue talking to older folks. And it's also too, like, you know, I had an old soul, you might have an old soul, and, you know, sometimes we connect with certain people that we don't. So by all means, do you, boo. But in conclusion, that was it for today's show. But don't forget to send me your Ask Vs if you want to, by DMing me or you know, tweeting me on X or Xing me. I don't even know. But if you want to become a Vemizer, head over to my website, vemilomusic.com. Anything and everything about me is on there except my birth certificate or social security. But as always, please be safe, sanctified, and sanitary under these self-reflecting times. And of course, I will catch you all in the next show. Bye.